Welcome, friends. Welcome back to the kitchen. We live in some pretty crazy times. And so my friend Jeff, who is a sommelier and works for Breakthrough Beverage, just dropped off this case of wine to me. And because of COVID, restaurants and wine merchants are all trying different ways to keep their businesses alive. And one of the ways that Breakthrough Beverages is doing this is where we live here in Ontario. They are partnering with restaurants that usually carry their bottles of wine. And these are bottles of wine that you can't get at the liquor store here in Ontario. And so they're partnering with these restaurants, putting together a case of wine and a card of recipes. And each of these wines is paired with one of these recipes. So today what I'm going to do is make one of these recipes and have one of these amazing bottles of wine. So I'm going to scan this QR code and then we'll go to the website and check out the recipes. Okay, I think I'm going to do this one. The pumpkin risotto from La Bottega Nicastro in Ottawa. I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to get all of the ingredients together, and it looks like it uses this Scarpetta Pinot Grigio. So we'll pull that one out and get ready to go. And of course, just like I normally do, the recipe and all of the links for this video will be in the description box below the video. Okay, I think I've got everything together. So the first thing I need to do is warm this chicken stock. And this is our homemade chicken stock. If you watched the turkey demi-glace video, I made this chicken stock exactly the same way, up to the point where I didn't actually boil this down to reduce it. It's just boiled in the pot to get the goodness out of the bones. So I've got between 4 and 5 cups there, and I need to heat that up to a simmer just below a boil. Meanwhile, in this bigger pan, we are going to bring that up to temperature, and I'm going to melt some olive oil and this butter. And I'm going to melt that and bring this pot up to temperature. And once that's up to temperature, I'm going to saute a couple of shallots and a couple of minced cloves of garlic. Yes, I minced them. This is where I admit that I have never made risotto before. I have never made risotto before either. And in the back of my head, all I can hear is Chef Ramsay yelling and screaming about how the risotto is being ruined in the kitchen. And I don't want the chefs from this restaurant looking at me like, oh, what is that guy doing? So I'm a little bit scared of what their reaction is going to be. Okay, so at this point, we take the arborio rice and we put it into the pan and we stir that around to coat it with the oil. And we just cook this off a little bit. And this is where I grab that bottle of wine. Okay, so I need to add a cup of wine, and I should probably measure this, but I'm going to free pour. Put the wine in and sprinkle in some salt. Give it a stir, and I'm supposed to let this go until the wine reduces by half. Okay, I think the wine has reduced. So next in, I'm supposed to put a cup of the stock, and this ladle is 1 cup. And sprinkle in the sage. And then I cook this, stirring it until it's mostly evaporated again. And I'm supposed to turn it down to a simmer. So I'm going to turn that down a little bit. There we go. And don't forget the nutmeg. So we'll grate some nutmeg in there as well. Okay, while that simmers away, let's try this wine. I've got these really cool wine glasses. So the company that makes my aprons also designs and makes these wine glasses. And the last time I ordered some aprons from them, they sent me this little gift to thank me for wearing their aprons on camera. Really nice apron. The only difference, I put a little Canadian flag up at the top corner. So let's see. Oh, I like that. I think Julie's going to like that too. So Let's give this a stir. You're supposed to stir it occasionally. It's already looking really nice and creamy, but I don't know that it's quite ready for any more stock just yet. Okay, I'm going to say it's time to put in another ladleful of the chicken stock. So that's 2. I'll stir that in and just let it simmer away some more. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. I've put about 3.5 cups of stock in there, so let's give it a taste. It says until it's just got a bit of a bite left, which is pretty much where we are. So, some black pepper goes in, some pumpkin puree, and then you also grate in some Parmigiano Reggiano, although some of Gavin Weber's cheese that cannot be named would be really good in this. Okay, that's a pretty good amount of cheese. So we just stir this all together, and you just want to warm through the pumpkin and melt the cheese. Hey, Jules.
Hey, Glenn. Hey, friends.
So,
Hey, wine.
and some pumpkin risotto.
Oh, that sounds fabulous.
I think it's going to be fabulous. So this is this recipe came with a mixed case of wine from Jeff.
Oh, very nice. Thanks, Jeff.
Yes, thanks, Jeff. And the recipe came from a place in Ottawa that that sells food, and with the changes in the LCBO, they've partnered with Jeff and Breakthrough with this wine and recipe pairing. So let's try the.
So is there wine in this?
The wine is in this.
So
yeah.
clearly this is the wine that goes with this risotto.
That goes with this risotto, yes. Mm-hmm. Creamy.
It's creamy and smooth and tasty, just the way risotto
Pumpkin-y.
is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's going to do me just fine.
Let's try it with the wine.
But wait.
Oh, sorry. Cheers.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's fabulous.
That is fantastic. So if you're interested in one of these mixed cases, I'm going to put Jeff's contact info down below, and they do free shipping anywhere in Ontario. Although, I don't know, Nikina?
I don't know. Nikina falls within, yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Okay. So I guess even if you're in Nikina, maybe. Talk to Jeff if you're in Nikina. Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon.